Hey everyone, it's Mike. I'm shooting with this thing called Movie Pro on my phone. Anyway, let's jump right into it. Now, I bought this screen printer, right? I paid $650 for this screen printer, and I got this 4x4. You can see the arms in the background. 4x4 Riley Hopkins, and it came with an infrared dryer with the auto thing, so you can step on a foot switch, and it'll swing around and flash a shirt. It's a flash dryer. It's got an 18 by 20 panel. You can set the time for however long you want it to sit there and come back. I have it set really short now because I've been testing it. Everything works good on it. It does a wonderful job. And I also got another head for it with an infrared panel in it and fans. Everything works. I just tested that, so that's cool. And then I also got, as you can see on the floor right there, an aluminum pallet, and another aluminum pallet I haven't cleaned yet. So they're about $150 each. Oh, and this aluminum pallet for children's stuff, for kids. So just in pallets alone, it's over $650 worth of stuff. I got that pallet, and I got those 4 pallets with the brackets, and the brackets are like $45 each. And those 2 pallets came with it, again with brackets, so $45 each. So man, that's a lot of money right there just in those brackets, not the pallets. But just for the aluminum pallets, it's worth more than $650. So I got a deal there. And then that thing alone used is worth more than $650. But then I got 2 heads, which is freaking awesome. But while I was being anal and cleaning this machine, as you can see, boom, let's eat off of it type of deal here. You can see how dirty it was, how clean it is. Okay, look how dirty that joker is. While I was cleaning it, I noticed that in the L bracket here, there were shims underneath it. This one right here still has them. See that shim right there? Those are the shims on the floor right there. I've been dropping them out as I fix it. So apparently what's happened is, you can really see the shim on this one that I took off. Look how big that shim is. So apparently what happened is they over tightened these over long periods of time and spread the clamp ever so slightly. And instead of using the bolt here to do the pitch or the angle, they were just working off this bolt and they were shimming to get it right, using different things. So that's not cool. I took them out, and that one still has a shim in it. I'm gonna show you now what the off contact looks like on this bad boy. Crazy, right? I can't even push it down. All right, now we're gonna look at the one I fixed. And by fix, I just took the shim out and adjusted it properly. Now, I'm not banging on them. They just didn't know, apparently, how to properly use the machine. I have a 6'4" Riley Hopkins here, and I took it apart. You can see other videos where I show taking the heads apart. And if you have any other questions about taking the heads apart and cleaning them, let me know, because I'm actually going a little bit further on these. I actually took this completely off and apart, and I still have a few more heads to do. I can video that if anybody's interested, and you can also see the work, how it works a little bit better, how it goes down into this block here is what makes it go down in there, or holds it in there. So I got lucky and nothing was broken on this, and it works great. If something would have been broken on this, it would have been okay because of that being worth way more than $650. Plus I got that, and I got these aluminum pallets that is just crazy. So it would have been worth it. So there's always some type of crazy, what I call crack addict deals on there, where the people just, they're nice people, they just want to get rid of the stuff, and they want to get rid of it fast, and they don't need the money. Like this guy they obviously didn't need the money. And while I could have afforded buying this for $2,400, and I wanted a 4x4 Riley Hopkins because I have platens of pallets and this pre-registration pallet that I made, an air pre-registration. It fits this arm, and it won't fit the arm like on this Vastex. So I'm selling that Vastex. I wanted to get a 4x4 Riley Hopkins because it's smaller than the other one I have, and I don't have a lot of room in here. So I got a great deal. Even though I could have bought this, it would have cost me $2,400, and I would have ended up with the exact same machine. It just would have had that new car smell. That's it, you know. And if I spend a day cleaning it, which will probably equate to, I'm not spending a whole day, but if you add it up all the time I will spend doing it, I'm probably going to spend about a good 8 hours going over this thing top to bottom, re-greasing, re-oiling, and everything else. But at the end of the day, I'm going to have saved, you know, $1,800, and still have gained this thing, which is close to $3,000 or $2,500 shipped. So, and I really needed that because I was working off of this black body 15 by 15 for flashing shirts, and this flashes them so much better. 18 by 20, it covers big areas, and I got these, so it worked out awesomely. And those deals do exist, but what I want to point out is you don't have to buy it. You can go look at it, and if it's not what you expected, just walk away from it. You know, tell them you're going to think about it. You don't have to actually buy it. In this case, I couldn't say no. I mean, if this was destroyed and they just wanted to sell it as scrap, I would have got it just to get, for that price, to get these pallets and that heater. So this was a great deal, and they're not always this great. But if you check Craigslist for whatever business you're in, embroidery, bricklaying, you know, whatever, DJ, I mean, you'll find equipment where people have either A, given up on their dream, right, and they're selling their equipment. Then you have the people that go to the next tier in their business where they need a bigger machine or an auto machine. Just take in mind that you need to kind of research and know your equipment if you're going to be buying it used. Just by knowing how the machine works, I was able to fix this issue. Now, I'm not banging on them. They were just basically, I think, working off this bolt. They just associated this and this knob, and that's it. I don't think they were looking at how this worked. And because they had, whoever had it cranked this one down. So when you loosen this one, you couldn't get this thing to pitch up and down to save your butt, right? So I loosened up this and then snugged it up like it's supposed to be. And then I loosened this, and I was able to get the right pitch, no problem. So I still have to take the shim out of this one, and I have to take the shim out of this one. And this shim is massive. I mean, you can see that joker, big old wafer board they used. So I hope this helps somebody. Don't be afraid of Craigslist. Not everybody on there is out to scam you. You will have people that'll say near mint condition, and then you'll get there and it'll look like this, or near new, you know, stuff like that. And it all depends. You go look at it, you have the money with you, take a friend, whatever. If you don't want it, just tell them you'll think about it. Or don't tell them you have the money with you, and tell them, well, let me go see if I can scrape up the money, I'll let you know. And they don't care. They get it. I mean, you either want it or you don't want it, you know? Don't pay like, oh, I can save $100 by buying it off Craigslist. Don't do that. Spend the $100 and buy it new. If you can save $1,000, or in my case, I added all this stuff up and it came to like around $6,000 plus dollars, $6,500. So I got 10 times the savings. So it's nuts, right? But I wanted to share that with you guys. Share below if you've gotten anything off Craigslist and it was a good deal or a bad deal. Be interested in reading about that. And everyone take care.